What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, June 18th. That means today is New Comic Book Day. In this video, I'm going to go through all the comics that I picked up today from my local comic book shop, what I'm reading, what I'm liking, what I'm enjoying. Before I get into it, make sure you guys leave a like on this video. It helps out the channel. Comment down below what comics you guys picked up and subscribe for more comic book content, movie reviews, and TV show reviews. Now, before I get into what I picked up this week, I want to highlight my favorite book that I read from last week. Absolute Batman #9 by Scott Snyder and art by Nick Dragotta. The official introduction of Absolute Bane in this comic universe. I really enjoyed this issue. I loved his introduction, the way they set him up. So menacing. This ends on a big cliffhanger. I have no idea how Bruce is going to get out of this situation. Bane is an absolute monster in this universe. Absolute Batman #9 is this week's highlight. All right, babe, give your thoughts on this one.
I think that some resolve sexual this one that they need to unpack. I'm hoping they dive deeper into that in future.
All right, we're moving on to what I picked up this week. These are all the new releases. First up from Image Comics, we have Battle Beast #2 by Robert Kirkman, art by Ryan Ottley. Now, it's crazy because the first Battle Beast was the first issue I picked up when I first started doing these videos. So I'm very excited about #2. I really enjoyed the first issue. Great jumping on point. The art was fantastic. The story is very simple, but it's all about Battle Beast trying to catch a fade. He's trying to fight the strongest people he can find. I love that. I love that type of action. Like I said, the art is great, very violent, very fitting for this type of character. Super excited to get into Invincible Universe Battle Beast #2. All right, next up from DC Comics, we got Superman Unlimited, issue #2, written by Dan Slott and art by Raphael Albuquerque. I decided to pick up this variant cover by Tony S. Daniel. I thought it was super cool art. You got Superman here breaking through the ice. This is issue 2 of the series. The last issue ended on a very interesting cliffhanger. First issue was all about reintroducing us to this character, kind of going into the history of Superman. And then he destroys a giant kryptonite meteorite, so I'm excited to see where they go with this character in issue 2. Next up from DC Comics, we have Absolute Flash #4, written by Jeff Lemire and art by A.L. Kaplan. This is also another variant cover. I thought this was really clean with Wally in costume jumping through the sky. This cover is done by Clayton Crane. I saw the cover. I thought it was really cool. I had to pick this one up. Absolute Flash has been really great so far. The first 3 issues, very great pacing, very frantic feeling. This issue seems to promise that he's going to become more so the Flash character. The last issue ended with him having this new sense of resolve of character. So issue 4, I'm hoping we get to see him become more of the Wally West that maybe we're more familiar with. Absolute Flash #4. All right, now we are moving on to the Marvel Comics. This first one is a one-shot, but it's also a series of 7, I believe. This is Bring on the Bad Guys, Doom, written by Mark Guggenheim and art by Stefano Raphael. Firstly, this cover art is really gorgeous. It's done by Lee Bermejo. This is just a light anthology series, I believe. Each issue is going to be going over a different famous Marvel supervillain. The first issue we have Doom. Hop on that Doom hype train right now, because once Doomsday comes out, everyone's going to be wanting to read some Doom books. So I thought this was a really interesting one. Get to know Dr. Doom a little bit more. I'm not sure if I'm going to be picking up the other Bring on the Bad Guys books. I think next one up is Abomination. They have a Green Goblin one, but I definitely had to get this Doctor Doom one. All right, last book of the week, and certainly not the least. I'm very excited about this one. We got The Ultimates, issue 13, written by Denise Camp and art by Juan Frigeri. You know, last week we left off on a cliffhanger. There's a traitor in the group. They've been beaten. They've gotten their butts kicked over and over again. So they're going forward with the Ultimates 3.0, trying to make it more of a team effort. It's no longer about Doom leading or Cap leading or Iron Lad leading. They're trying to lead all together as a team to try to make it a collaborative effort. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. Less than a year away from the return of the Maker, so they got to get their stuff together, or else when the Maker comes back, who knows what's going to happen. All right, so that brings me to the end of this week's haul. That's everything I picked up from the comic book store this week. So in the comments below, let me guys know what you guys picked up. What are you excited about reading this week? Leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more comic book hauls every week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a week.